Hi, people. Welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime with your hosts, Colin and Steve. I did it
That's right.
backwards today.
You did. You did.
I did.
I almost said, that's me, when it's like, that's not me.
That's
That's
not-
you.
Yeah, that's me.
Then it was me. Then
Yeah.
it was you.
Yeah, and mixing it up like like the Renegade Master. Back again.
I'm laughing in my head because for some reason all I went is you hear in my head was, I'm mixing it up. Like a thing that gets mixed up was the first thing that came to my mind. And I think I might be broken.
I mean, this is what Stein Gates will do to you. So yeah, we're continuing our journey through Steins Gate. Nothing to do with gates or German words for large beer glasses.
Those are Steins, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to do with that. It's all about time
That's
travel.
a totally cromulent reference.
So anyway, yeah. So that's what we came here to talk about. We're on about episode 11 and 12 of the show. It's getting interesting. We're going to leave you on
sure
a
is.
cliffhanger. So there's a warning.
Oh, yeah. So, episode 11, do you have the name?
Do I have the name? I do have the name still. It's still there in my list of shows I can't watch on Netflix.
Despite being expired.
Yeah. Okay.
Not gonna lie, Colin, I gave you those DVDs,
Mhm.
and then I was like, how am I gonna do this? And then I got really annoyed, and I was like, I was really frustrated that I couldn't get Funimation to work with a VPN.
Yeah.
And I read up, and I was like, this must be a thing that people have resolved somewhere, surely. And everyone's like, it's the quality of your VPN. They're probably just blocking the IPs from the VPN. I was like, oh, maybe, but I feel like Surfshark's like a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So, and then I saw someone on the direct support saying it's like, oh, try the Detroit one in America. I was like, give that a shot, I suppose. Worked.
Yeah. So they've been cutting wise at some of them.
Yeah. So a bit like that was messaged over a year ago.
Wow. It was working for us earlier though.
Yeah, I think like we had been. I don't know what ones we'd been working on, but clearly they'd found a series of IP ranges and closed them off.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So
But yeah, I've resumed watching there.
that makes sense. It's fine. DVDs are pretty good. You can actually watch on big TV now instead of like a small phone.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that small. It's what 6 inches.
You do realize like you have a next generation console or even a previous generation console that is capable of using the Funimation app
I do.
and a VPN.
I never really used it, the VPN. All the VPN stuff I watched on the PC, which is more than enough anyway.
Smaller screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's it called? Or do you want me to say first? Do you want me to say first and you tell me if it's right?
Sure, you say it first. It's more funny this way.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about episode 11, or we're going to be talking about 11 and 12 today, but first up is episode 11. It's Dogma in Event Horizon.
No.
Fuck. Okay.
So not right. It's a dogma of space-time boundary. I think it's boundary. It cuts off. I can't see it. All. But I'm pretty sure I looked up as space-time boundary.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So
We tried.
this one, we talked about this scene already last week.
Yeah, we alluded to this a little bit because this is we talked about the idea of the need for, there was obviously an additional part of the equation in the time travel for the D-mails that they weren't quite figuring out.
Yeah,
or they definitely weren't in control of, and I think a lot of the CERN emails stuff that they had figured out had mentioned the idea of lifters.
Yeah, they mentioned lifters in when they hacked right into it, I think.
Yep.
Or maybe not.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, no, because
Uh,
it was when Christina was there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they figured out they essentially figure out that actually the lifter for the phone wave, or that's been working with the phone wave, is a television in the shop
Yeah,
downstairs.
yeah. A 42-inch TV. It's not a small one.
Is no,
It was
I mean,
fairly large. CRT too. So
well, I was gonna say that's a big CRT.
yeah, I'd pick CRTs, man.
I mean, my last television that I had that was a CRT, well, not that I had in my family home,
Mm-hmm.
was maybe 32,
Hmm.
maybe.
I think mine was 24.
And was it widescreen?
It was a widescreen, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Was it Toshiba by any chance?
Yeah. I'm just going to have a look at the window.
Wait, what? Why?
Oh, it just sounded like someone put some shit in my bin that I put out. Or it could be a neighbour's bin.
I, I was like, we're talking about a television. So I'm just gonna have a look outside. Is the television outside?
No. Got rid of that ages ago. No, I don't think it was. Was it Toshiba? Might have been
Was it one
Toshiba.
of the ones with the built-in stand?
No. It was. Well,
No.
no, maybe it was 32-inch. It was a big, fuck up, wide, heavy screen. Remember the story of
Mm-hmm.
one of our mates telling that he had one, and then he moved to like a place in central town, which is 5 stories high, and he huckled
Oh,
that
that
thing up.
team.
And then I got another mate who lived also in central town, but only lived the first story up, and then the TV broke, and instead of huckling it out, he huckled out the window into the alley in the back. Yeah,
Wow.
that was that was yeah, that was behind the trades.
Yeah. I mean,
A pub.
I realized that my CRT television that I still own is a 19-inch LG,
Uh,
and it's a 4:3. It's not widescreen.
yeah, yeah. No, I got a 4x3. Mine might be 19-inch as well. Actually, it's really hard.
Is yours a Sharp?
I think it is. Yeah,
I seem to remember that.
a black sharp with
Um,
2 speakers on the side. But I'm just looking at like my monitors at the moment, and they're like maybe 22, 20 odd inches, and I'm thinking it looks so much bigger in those still.
well, I've got two 27-inch monitors in front of me, and above me, I have a 43-inch television,
Hmm.
and they seem small, even though they're enormous by comparison.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, all the CRT uh, TVs and that are hefty, hefty
It's the
things.
good shit, right?
Yeah, man, it's like you you'd had to have like your muscles built to lift them,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and then 2 people
Hell yeah.
carry them. Uh, anyway, so back to the show. So they find this out by basically Okabe convincing Zuza to go and distract Mr. Braun in the shop to.
Oh, this is the most anime ass distraction.
He did say he's going to use charm, right? And while she's in a sprinting starting block motion,
Uh, yeah, there's some,
and she did say she was going to use charm first.
yeah, yes. I mean, yeah. There's some, views in the camera for this one that seem a tad unnecessary, but
Uh, yeah, probably
no,
a bit of an ass
that's
shot.
anime for you.
Yeah,
I can't separate it.
no,
It's not the bit I like about the anime, but hey, it comes with it.
yeah, a bit of fan service. Anyway, So yeah, she goes and insults Mr. Braun by throwing her top over his head, which of course
Yes.
distracts him for the second that
Ye-
it takes him to wipe it off his head. And he's not a small
it's
guy.
no, or a happy guy.
Oh, he's never happy with Okabe. Never.
He's but just generally just angry.
Yeah, he doesn't like the whack job, but you might learn why, or you might have already learned why since you've watched ahead. Anyway, so they do that. He goes down and goes, "What the hell?" type thing, and they start the experiment, and then a bit of plaster from the ceiling falls down and hits the remote, which hits the off button of the TV,
Yeah,
and it goes,
fortuitous.
"Yeah," and there's like, "Did it stop it already?" And he goes, "No, wait." Click, and it starts up again. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then Mr. Brown comes and goes, "Well, I had enough of your shit," and smacks him one.
Yeah, he kind of had it coming.
Oh yeah, well that's discussion later where he's upstairs back in the lab and says, "Ah," and everyone's like, "Oh, you poor man." Where Christina's like, "Well, I'm surprised he hasn't done that to you any sooner."
Or worse.
Yeah, or worse. And she's basically going through her head of how this whole thing works. I was like, "Oh, the lifter is the TV. Okay, that's cool." And
Yeah.
he then comes to and says, "Oh, we can send someone back in time now." And she was like, "Nope, not enough data for that."
No, not doing that. Yeah, because they're still, what is it, limited to 36 bytes?
36 bytes, yeah. Um,
Which is interesting.
yeah, I think that's just the size of a text message.
Yeah, because they talk about I can't remember if we got into this or not, but the whole like gelatinous thing is to do with compression.
Hmm. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't think we talked about on here, but certainly it was mentioned when they first found out and they were using miniature black holes. And Christina was like, "Yeah, think of this sponge and see how it doesn't fit my hand. It's too tight." And Dara's like, "Oh, yeah, you're making this sound sexy." Because that's Dara for you.
Oh, oh, Daru.
Daru, Daru, Daru. Um, anyways, so basically Christina comes out and goes, "Well, here's my credentials," and throws down like Time magazine or something, or something like that on the table, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you don't need to brag. I'm not bragging with you." But the mine's my deal, man. It's the shit. We can maybe graph your mind through your phone onto the previous mind.
yeah. It's like taking a. Oh, how is it? It sort of is described. Um, it's like the frontal lobe or something. Like it
Mm.
basically taking like the a part of your consciousness and sending that back instead of a text message.
Yeah,
Um, and the rationale, I think, from her perspective, is that it would be more because they know about all the changes. Of course,
yeah,
well, she does when he tells her
yeah,
about what's changing. Um, that uh, basically it would be more reliable and not have as much chaos because we talked previously about the sort of the butterfly effect and how that branches out. The further back you're able to send the data, the more potential craziness can happen.
yeah, yeah. So aye. So she's basically described this where she says she'll be able to copy the frontal lobe information and kind of like get grasped onto your mind, and you can essentially remember everything that the previous person that's passed it down the line can remember, and it should
Yes.
also then stop deviations in the timeline. Um,
or to the degree that the deviations have existed already.
Yeah. Uh,
Like, cause they've been pretty significant in a number of cases. The most recent one, of course, is the fact that Akihabara is now completely different.
yes. Completely different. Anyway, so he is sent out and earned to buy all the bits for um doing well, the experiment, and
Yeah,
Mayuri goes with her, and um, so in concept, Mayuri asks Okabe to try and explain it to her in a bit simple terms, and they have a nice bit of conversation about it, and she was like, "So if I sent a message back in time to myself, and we had this conversation, would that mean that you wouldn't remember the conversation? I would." It was like, "Yeah, I theorize that would be the case. Oh, that would make me sad."
yeah. I every conversation with Mayuri now makes me sad.
Yes, yes, it does.
She just, but like, I mean, I think generally, like, there's I find all of their conversations. There's this the kind of undertone of sadness to everything. Like, there's clearly a connection between the two, um, likely around some whatever tragedy or difficulty. And I think it's like that subtext is carried really well throughout the conversations they have, and you can tell that obviously by he is brazen and frustrating and ridiculous like 99% of the time.
Hmm.
And then when he has a conversation with Mayuri that doesn't require that kind of character, um, it's a very down to earth thing. But I do
Mm.
think there's always that undertone and that subtext of quite just kind of a sadness to things.
Yeah, she's certainly uh his like right lightning rod in society.
I sort of it's like she's like his translator for like how to be empathetic. I feel like it's he's sort of forgone the ability to be empathetic to a degree, to take this persona of the mad scientist and you know to live that out, but has that, as you say, like has that sort of deep connection with her that she is this the kind of empathetic core of
Yeah,
that relationship where not only is she empathetic generally, but she can make him feel that too.
yeah, I think so. So then it kind of cuts back to the lab, and Christina starts leveling him that she's a bit nervous of making the machine, and not because.
Did they not bump into? Did they not bump into Moeka and Suzuha while they're out
Oh
buying
yeah,
up parts?
yeah,
Because
that's right.
this is like because I can't remember like what the I don't remember much of the interaction with Moeka. I think it's kind of a non-event to be honest.
Oh
Um,
no, Monica
but
basically asks if they're still experimenting in time,
that's
and
that's right.
my is like, "Yeah, we are," and it's like, "Don't tell her that." But she's part of the lab.
That's their ability to keep things under wraps is still very poor.
Very poor. And then she kind of like drifts off and just walks away. She actually speaks to them and asks.
She does.
She didn't actually send a text, but I think she might do initially, but then just walks away.
There's a couple of moments like in the last episode where we see her like upset as well. She speaks. She doesn't use her phone.
Yeah.
She's speaking to Okabe. Um, so it's interesting. But yeah, then they bump into Suzuha,
Hmm.
who kind of drops a bit of a bombshell. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, she's walking around with her top off because that's her punishment for the day.
yep.
And Okabe makes a comment and he looks like a character from Street Fighter. And she's like, nah, nah, this is too clunky for close combat.
Yep. I enjoyed that comment. That's quite good.
And
But
the daughter apologizes for her dad.
well, that's right. Yeah, she comes along and says, you know, says how sorry she is. I actually think this is quite sweet as well, because I think he is really good with the little girl too.
Yeah, he's not.
Uncharacteristically so,
Yeah,
because he's normally an ass. So
yeah, he's certainly mellowed out now. And even I think Sousa comments on it. Oh, you got a lot of patience today. It's like
yeah,
um, and Mayuri was like, no, he's always got patience. Sticks up
for
for
Mayuri.
yeah, for Mayuri, yeah. Uh, and then and then as they leave, Sousa is like, oh, Krista's still there. She works for Stern, by the way. Bye.
It's so flippant. It's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, she's like an agent of CERN. Bye.
pretty much. Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
I think we're.
yeah.
I think we alluded that in the
This is
last
where,
episode.
yeah. I think like there's been a lot of allusion to that, because I think Suzuha has mentioned before, like the idea that someone, that they're everywhere, so on and so forth, and they're part of the problem, and oh yeah, you shouldn't trust her, specifically her. uh you
Yeah.
know Not gonna say why, but hint hint, wink wink, nudge nudge, she might be an agent.
Oh yeah.
um
But now she just.
and then yeah, it's just it's just kind of ridiculous. And I do like this next bit where they do go back up, and he's like trying to discern whether she's an agent or not, just by kind of observing her. Is he not like looking at her on an AMA on Reddit or something like that?
Yeah. She's going through some fanfic stuff that he's like, aha, I know
Oh,
your dirty secret now. And he's like, what the fuck? How long have you been watching me? It's like, no, nothing creepy about that, mate. It's like, ha ha ha. Why don't you just
oh,
like tell people about it? No. And
nope.
then he's like, states some acronym, and she's like, I hate even know the fact I know what that is.
Yep. I think because he doesn't, he alludes to the fact that he thinks he's been informed that she could be an agent, but he's like, I don't think that's the case, because this is dumb.
Yeah. Also, he even actually asks her, states it to her.
Yeah.
She says, no. So what's her issue? Saying some shit like that. Anyway, so then it comes to the point where she's like starts going, "Oh, I better tell you about the dark secret that I do have,"
Yes.
and but she can't look at him. Well, tell him that. So they go to the
They go
park.
to they go to the play park, and she sits on a slide.
Yeah,
It's too good. It's too good.
got to sit in that slide. Um. Anyway, so she tells him basically her father hates her, not because of who she is, but because of that she's kind of disproved him in so many times and made him look stupid when she was like in
Yeah.
middle school, and was just like, nah, don't like that.
Yeah.
Got
She
aggressive,
she
and
was the better scientist.
yeah, and he didn't appreciate that. Uh, and got discredited and stuff like that. And then apparently his last words to her was, "Don't pick me, you bitch," or something like those lines.
Yeah.
Don't look down on me.
He doesn't sound like a nice guy, but also, I don't know,
Yeah,
inexcusable.
inexcusable. Oh, that just makes me. What's that Adventure Time meme?
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
This is an unacceptable condition.
Yeah,
Lemon, the Earl of Lemon Grab.
the Earl Lemon Grab. Yeah.
I think, or the Earl is. I'm pretty sure it's that.
Let's go with that because I never watched Adventure Time.
Yeah. Really?
Not enough of it.
Oh man, it's good fun.
Yeah, it gets deeper. Well, apparently at the end.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is that actually it's post-apocalypse. So
Yeah.
yeah, like what? Look at the start of it. Watch the intro. It's all just ruined stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what the deal with it was.
Yeah, it's like the time after the apocalypse.
Wow, mutated dog. That makes sense. Jelly people,
Jelly people.
sweets,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, it's messed up.
Po-
It's super messed up.
Total apocalyptic. Um, anyway, do that, do that, have the thing. And then he does actually goes kind of like, ah, ha ha ha, oh, some juicy morsels here, and she's like, shut up. It's like, all right, I won't do that. It's obviously quite serious.
As soon as he started doing that, I got very angry again. I just like, come on. She's like bearing her soul here, man. It just for once, just kind of deal with this like a person.
Yeah, yeah, he did, and then
He did. In the end up, he did.
yeah, and then and I think after that scene, it cuts to Mayuri just struggling with like a lot of bags, walking along the street.
Yes.
And she gets stopped by some random person saying, "Hi, Mary. You need a hand? Where's that Okabe?" And you know who that is?
No.
It's the waitress in that noodle shop that he never pays.
Oh my god.
I only picked up on that today. It's like, who's that?
Oh my god.
Why does she know Mary? And why is it just some random person like you only see once, but it is actually
Oh
the
my
noodle shop
god.
lady.
No phones.
No
No
phones.
phones.
No phones. uh
Actually, genuinely, that when Daru says, "Does it count if he's not actually having a real phone call?" is is still one of my favorite lines in this so far.
it's a good line. It's a good line.
It's very good.
Um anyways, so she's kind of huffing and puffing and she appears at the lab. And Okabe and Christina are having a big argument as he's stolen her pudding out the fridge, and has her name on it and everything.
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, I just thought that was the name of the pudding."
She's like, fuck off, man. Oh, you pedantic arsehole. He's so difficult. So difficult and annoying.
Yeah,
Is this one where he receives the second threatening message, though, right?
yeah. So he gets that when he's out because Mayuri comes and says, "Oh, I'm going to stay here tonight since you're here. It's cool. My mom was happy with that because I'm going to get ready for this con tomorrow.
Cosplay thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or whenever that is. So she's got her cosplay costumes to get set up. So then he gets sent out
Instead of
for
jelly this time, though, it's not jelly.
no. So he gets
It's
sent out shopping first,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and he's having a to and fro with Christina, because we didn't mention it last episode, but in the last episode they're going through like old gadgets that they made,
Yeah, that's right.
and one of them was a hairdryer with the power of a vacuum cleaner or something in it. And he says, "Don't use that because it blows the circuit." And they turn it on and
Yep.
blows the circuit. And then they have a wee moment, him and Christina in the cupboard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because their hands touch.
Oh yeah, and I think they're close face and they look kind of
Yeah.
when they turn the light back on. Oh,
Yep.
um,
Shit.
yeah, getting serious.
Also, don't they use a gadget that just explodes into a cloud of dust as well?
Uh, yeah, there was like three gadgets or something they
There's
showed.
three gadgets. The first one explodes into a cloud of dust.
Oh, that was
And then
that was the landmine.
landmine. Yes, is it? Wait, is that a is that a claymore?
Yeah. Oh no, don't worry, it's not a claymore. It's just shaped like a claymore, and it's a dehumidifier.
Oh, but don't do that.
Yeah,
But don't do that.
and that was what's her name, Ruka, because they were
Ruka,
looking
yeah.
for something to cook the food.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
We missed all that out. Anyway,
Other stuff to talk about, man.
yeah. Anyway, so it's getting to the point where they seem to be at least getting into each other, Christina and him, in the sense that she
Yeah.
said in text messages freely to him more. It seems about you with two puddings and stuff, and he's like, foul maiden, I'm not your wench or something. I don't know. So something along those
God.
lines. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Um, and then he's in the store, and the phone rings, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, more orders, I bet." And then it's like, um, what does it say? It say something like, "It's not I'm watching you. It's like stop now or something."
Yeah, I was gonna say it's something like stop, and it's a picture of a doll's head.
Covered in sauce,
Yeah,
tomato sauce.
yeah. And of course, this causes him to sort of abandon ship back to the lab to
Yeah,
go and see Miori.
yeah, but he does it in a fuck take on me style drawings.
The kind of
Black and white, kind of like
yep.
take on me, take on me. Like, and they start that in a thing as well, where they're going shopping in that music video in the shopping mall,
Mm-hmm.
and then he kind
Yep.
of like appears out of one of the shelves and goes, "Come in," and she goes,
Come
"What?"
this way.
Yeah, and then they did,
Shit.
and then they all get
Come in.
hand drawn.
Come into the cartoon world.
Yeah, going to the cartoon world.
There's like at least 7 frames a second here.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's kind of running in this kind of artistic style and hold his chest because he's not athletic. He's getting a stitch, and he gets to the apartment, and it's pitch black, and he hears nothing somehow. I don't know how he hears nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then there's a bit of a fuzzing noise, and he goes, "Oh, the bathroom!" And he opens the door, and they're having a shower or a bath, whatever it is, both of them.
It's a shower. It's a shower.
Yeah, sitting on their stool and doing the shower as a Japanese thing rather than standing up. And then they're like, "What?"
Yep.
And then so he goes out and he's sitting on the couch, all kind of like horrified because he's still thinking of that image. And Mary is like, "Oh man, I can't believe you did that. I expect it from Daru, but not you." Type thing, and that's the
Oh,
worst. It's Mayuri is actually saying that to him. That's like
yeah.
that's
The innocent one.
that's when you know it's bad when Mayuri tells you
That's
off.
rough.
Um. So, and then they kind of look at his face. It's I assume it would be white. He says, "You're right."
Yeah.
He says, yeah, it's fine." And then Daru walks in through the door and goes, "Huh, I thought so." And finds out that the computer's still connected to CERN.
Yep.
And it's like, "Oh, well, no, they can't be hacking me because I'm too badass."
Yeah. Except they are.
Yeah, except they are.
Like,
um,
still.
yeah,
And have been
yeah. He just can
forever.
he can remote in from home. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
because it was open.
That's
The
what it
computer was
was.
spoken for.
That's right.
Um. So anyway, doing that, and then
I think that's the end of this episode. Is that not the cliffhanger to this episode?
pretty much he gets up. I think they ask him. He looks at the picture again on his phone, and Mayuri
Mm-hmm.
goes, "Oh, what's wrong with your phone?" type thing. And he gets up and he walks to the sink in the far corner, and kind of just leans over it. It has a horrified expression on his face. and then that's the end of it. I don't think he says anything. I think he's just there,
No,
and it ends, and that's it.
it's a good episode, Colin.
It is. It's certainly certainly high up there. It's got like moving it. It's bringing it all together. You got the love triangle now. Mayuri, Christina.
So there's a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I I don't think Mayuri and Okabe are a couple.
No, they're not.
Well, but also I don't think that's the desire for either of them.
No, they're not. No, no. It's
So
certainly
it's more of an attention triangle.
yeah. I mean, Mayuri is essentially his younger sister. This
Yeah, I
that's the
that's totally what I get from it.
that's what it is. It's a young siblings that actually get on quite well. Younger sibling, because while he's running back to the lab, it isn't Christina that he's worried about. It's Mayuri.
Nope.
He's like
Yep.
Mayuri.
As we've said, like I think there's a couple of things in that. Is one, I think he thinks that Carissa can probably look after herself to a degree,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Mary can't. She's not helpless, but she's not prepared for stuff, and but I think you're right. Like there's also there's the other side to that, which is that um, she's always the first in his thoughts about this stuff, always. So like that deep and meaningful connection that they have, like it is just that.
Yeah, that's it. There's a big yeah. There's a bigger connection to it.
So how do you rate this one then?
I'm going to put this up at a high 8.
I was thinking the same. This is really starting to
Push
into the territories.
push into the boundaries, man.
Yep, we're getting there. Um, so then we move on to episode 12, which, and here's the name for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Dogma in Ergosphere.
Oh yeah, Dogma and Echoes here. No,
No?
no.
Ah.
Oh, you're stupid.
I like. I was so close. For a minute, I was like, "Oh, really? We got one?"
No.
Okay, okay,
It's a Dogma of Static Limit.
sure. Why not?
Yeah, that makes
What are
perfect
the names
sense.
in the DVD? That's the thing is, I'm using the Wikipedia page as reference here, but I really should check them on the DVD as well.
Oh, I took a picture. It is what you're saying. Because I took a picture because I was like, wait, that's not right. I was going to send it to you. They are right, that. But Dogma in Event Horizon and Dogma in Errol Spear is 11 and 12.
What were Netflix doing?
I don't know.
Just let's choose some fucking names. I'll need to check what they are on Funimation as well, actually.
I think they might be right. I don't know what Netflix was doing with the names, but yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Dogma, Dogma of Static Time.
Speaking of Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
just before we kickstart into our next episode, slashing their animation budget, man.
I know, but that's cool because maybe they won't claim Shaman King as a Netflix original.
I think it means that they won't be able to claim other things are theirs anymore.
Yeah. Uh,
I'm a bit bummed out by that because there's been some pretty good animation on Netflix.
yeah, yeah. Oh, is Edo? Is it Edo? Is that the one? There's one weird one that I watched. It was like a CGI animation that they did,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like about kind of making clones. And there was this person that's made a clone, and there's a event horizon kind of event where event horizon or like a catastrophic event happened at this lab where they made this clone, and it's kind of slowly coming towards the city or something like that, or it's contained. I can't remember, Um, and this clone is in a school outside the boundaries of it because that's how they saved it. Kind of like was it kind of like a mind jack thing where her mind is came from a clone in this uh her body in the thing, and they saved her mind and put into another clone of her.
Man, I
And
love Mind Jack.
that's terrible. I don't
I think
get
it might be one. It might be my favorite bad game.
favorite bad game. What about Heavy Rain? No, Vampire Rain.
That's bad. That's a bad game.
Oh, that's so good. It's like, "Arr, Heavy Rain." It's like got some deep, meaningful game, and it's like impossible to get by the first like vampire almost. It's too much effort to even get like 2 minutes into that game.
I had high hopes.
Oh,
They were dashed.
they're high. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of was like Mind Jack in the sense that her consciousness has been transferred to our body.
Oh,
But
you'll
the
need to send me a link to that because I could watch that. Sounds good.
yeah, it was on Netflix like many years back. I need to try and find out if it's still there or what it was.
Yeah, I'm bummed out that their animation budget has been slashed, and I'm bummed out that they're adding in an advertising tier, and I'm bummed out that they're going to start making me pay more for my parents having my password. And
Oh well, oh that's yeah. That'll be a bit of a pain as well because my folks got they don't even use it. It's like, oh, you can use
well,
this.
I've prepped my parents and said if they actually start charging, then we're going to cancel. So
Yeah,
it's already too much.
How much is it?
I pay the top tier because I've got my brother and my parents and my in-laws and me.
I don't think I do that. Maybe I
I'll
do.
be paying through the fucking roof.
I need to have that. And if they're putting a like advertising tier, is that like a free tier or something?
I think it's an ad-supported tier that you still pay for.
The fuck? Fuck
Yep.
that.
Yeah, it's utter bullshit.
You pay for not getting ads. That's the whole
Yep.
point.
Yep.
That's why I don't pay for YouTube and get ads.
I will say, if you're a person who doesn't have a music streaming service and want to have a music streaming service, that YouTube Music is pretty good if you add on that extra couple of quid to remove ads from YouTube.
Not sponsored in any way.
No, like absolutely not. But in fact, like there's a lot of things that are not great about that service. But man, the not having ads on YouTube is fucking great.
Yeah, sometimes I take the piss with the ads. Oh, we'll
Oh,
put two ads here. I was like, why are you putting two ads?
it's insane. Like the Funimation, they have a free tier now.
Is it a fully free tier?
Yep. And it was like, do you want to watch multiple ads, or do you want to watch one interactive ad? I was like, I guess I'll try and watch one interactive one.
Uh huh.
And then it was so interactive I couldn't exit it. And then it was like, oh, I guess this time I'll select multiple ads. And it was like, oh, so there's 6 of them. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
6 ads. And then it was like, you know what? I am quite happy to pay $4.99 and since the VPN's working again and get access to all the other stuff that I lost access to before.
Yeah. That's kind of what Crunchyroll did. I think I'm still paying for
Yeah, there's
Funimation. Um.
Funimation actually still has a load of good stuff in it.
Yeah, they haven't got rid of. Haven't fully merged with Crunchyroll yet.
If they do, like, and they get the whole library, then I probably will subscribe to Crunchyroll. But I can't justify both of them.
Yeah. Oh man, Crunchyroll's been around for a good 10 years now.
Yeah, I think my membership started off, I want to say 2014.
Maybe something like that for me too. I just remember the Naruto, the fans on Naruto that I watched. They went, "All right, well, Crunchyroll seems like a good service now. We're stopping this. Bye."
Oh, was that Backafish?
Yeah, back of fish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. As my my fan my fan translations that I used to watch when I
yeah,
watched Naruto. Um,
because they did
I
it
think
pretty
that's it. Like,
really quickly and
yeah,
really
like
decently.
they did a reasonable job with the time that, because they were like, it was like what, like a day or two after the episode came out that there would be subtitled
Yeah,
versions. It's like, that's an amazing free service.
yeah, and they did it for many years.
I only watched the first 80 episodes of Naruto, I think, so just out the first arc.
Yeah, that's the best one. They did a lot of filler through it because that's
Well,
was a
yeah, I
thing
got
that
to
they
the
did.
first bunch of filler and I was like, I am not here for this.
Yeah,
So,
was yeah, the tuning is that's the bit where Rock Lee goes, "Ah, I've been wearing these weights all the time,"
it's so fucking good. It's so good.
and then
I
Gareth's
love
like,
it.
"What the fuck? I can't keep up with them."
Man,
And then,
Gaara's properly brutal though.
oh yeah,
Like that whole sequence of like fights and things like that in that tournament are amazing.
Gar,
Like it's really just fantastic.
yeah, Gareth's that one that is the anime trope of like really badass dude can like destroy you if he really wanted to. Meets like the hero of the anime and goes, "Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll live your life because that seems a lot easier."
Well,
It's like
the
Vegeta.
oh god, but Vegeta as pictured here,
Wando cool
Mondo cool. Uh,
and Piccolo.
Vegeta's fucking great. Piccolo is also awesome. Like I think that's the thing, is like those bad guys make fantastic good guys. Um,
Yeah,
but I think the thing about thing about Gara more than anything else was the idea that he was cursed, but he was cursed to be protected. It's just so good.
yeah. He had he was got fused with the Sand Raccoon or whatever it is, Tanuki.
Yeah,
What was he meant to be?
yeah. I want to say Tanuki,
Of the desert.
unless it was, I don't know if it was the same, because Naruto is the kitsune, right? He's the fox,
Yeah, he
the
was
fire
the
fox.
Nine Tails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the kitsune. Yeah. So, I probably should rewatch Naruto at some point.
Oh, it's
Um,
a hard watch, man. You need to probably go
I
through a playlist and go watch what I need and all the filler because like the other good scene Naruto was the bridge fighting
mhm.
Haku and all that, and they do the trope of like, "Oh, you're pretty," and he's like, "Wait, you're a dude? Oh shit!" I fucking thought that dude was pretty.
uh,
Good old anime
I
tropes.
I think. Wait, that's in the first 80 episodes, isn't it?
Uh,
That's the water village type bit, isn't it?
yeah, so he has. I think it looks good 5 episodes still until they come to it. Joan, the lower ranked
Yeah,
ninjas before they graduate school.
yeah, because that's the task is to protect that village, right?
Um, no, this is like after that. So basically, the start of it goes, what's his name? What's the guy covers his eye and their team leader?
Oh, Kakashi.
Kakashi, that's it. Yeah, he does the training and makes them see the pass and Sakura and Sasuke and Naruto, and it's
Yeah,
all about teamwork and protecting the team. And I think someone stood up to him I was like, I'm not letting you do this because of the bell type thing. And I think, was it Sasuke ended up doing it? Because it was secure and Naruto was tied up at the end to get the bells.
Oh, maybe.
And then he was like, yes, that's it, you passed. It's like, what?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And then,
I'm with you. The bit I'm thinking about is when they're in a squad
yeah, so they get to the squad, but
already.
yeah, so they're in the squad, and basically the June are getting all the shitty tasks, like tidy up litter, go and find a pet.
Yep.
And then Naruto, being Naruto, goes, the fuck? What's all these shitty tasks? I want to be a proper ninja and do some stuff. And somehow they get an escort mission to go out
Yep.
because they've got to build this bridge. But
That's right.
it turns out it's a real serious thing because it's like some mafia has hired
Yep.
Haku
Fuck.
and the guy with the big sword.
The guy with the sword of chafing.
Yeah, this chafing sword.
Holy shit, Colin! This is the first time I've thought about this in like 18 years.
It's the first time I thought about it. I just still can't remember it though.
Yeah, like it's so weird though. Because I was super into it for the period of time. Like, because we've talked about it before, but like I watched anime and none of my friends watched anime. None. It
Yeah,
was just me.
I I was a bit different. I was lucky that I had people that ended up watching it. In fact, I knew quite a few actually.
Well, it was
Eventually,
when I came to uni that people watched it. Like, so like that was why I ended up watching Naruto, because they had like DVDs floating about. Hey, here's some anime.
yeah. Well, that's the same with me, man. I ended up watching it, and it was like one of my brothers, mate. My brother kind of watched it a bit. Like he watched some. Like my
Yeah.
mate was into it, and he showed things, and my mum watched some of Dominion Tank Police like right at the start, and was like, "Yeah, no, no, you shouldn't be watching that. It's a bit rude." And it's
This
like,
is not good.
it's only a 15, mum. Be
Yeah.
13 years old or something at the time. Anyway, and then it came late night on Channel 4, as we stated many times before.
Well, I was going to say that's how I ended up watching Devilman.
Yeah, that's how I watched it, man. Um, yeah, so I kind of got it through my brother's friends, really. None of my other friends really watched it. I might point out to them. But it wasn't until uni times when I knew a lot more people watching it. And now
I think like,
it's,
well,
it's really common. It's not like it's like came a mainstream thing now. It's weird.
it is very weird.
It's
Like, I
like,
have noticed a lot about being that kid who was into anime and into like I was like I liked sports and things as well. Like I was quite
not me.
rounded,
Mhm.
which was fine. But like a lot of my interests were like horror movies, anime, video games,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, cool. So I haven't grown up at all
No,
in that time.
it seems not. Um,
Whoops.
it's all right. It's fine. It's,
But I think that's the thing that I'm not really sure where exactly my uh, desire to watch anime came from.
was well, you'd be around the time when it was kind of getting shown on Cartoon Network under like Gundam and
Well,
Dragon Ball.
I watched a load of like Rama, Gundam, Tenchi Muyo, Dragon Ball, Big O,
Mhm.
for sure, like loads of that stuff. But before that, I also watched like old 1960s and 1970s anime
Oh, jeez.
that was completely like like before they took the anime and just made it have a translation that retold the story. They just went, oh, there's animation, we should rewrite the story and just clip it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I was watching it in that era, So I saw a lot of well, like lots of Astro Boy and
Planet, uh,
Battle of the Planets.
Battle of the Planets. Yeah,
And then I think like there was other stuff. I think 80s cartoons, like in a way as well. If I think back, they weren't obviously like Japanese, but if you look at stuff like Ulysses 31 and Jason the Wheeled Warriors, there's
Hmm.
definitely like an anime bent to those things that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Ulysses was a joint venture with some European
I think you're right, actually.
thing, like uh D'Artagnan and City of Gold.
D'Artagnan. Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Yeah, those are the ones that
The
kind of got me.
the Ulysses 31, I think you're right. I think it was a French and Japanese um,
Yeah,
co-production.
and D'Artagnan was Spanish
Yep. It's cool as
because
shit as well.
what? It's because the lips are sinking like twice as fast as English.
I also like the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. That was really good as well.
Yeah, but I think that was pretty much an American house.
It was, but like I think it did it better. It did that kind of thing better than most. Like it didn't have a very overbearing
Yeah,
presence
uh,
like a lot of American stuff.
and it has like a coherent story to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say a coherent story. It's not really. It's not coherent at all. There was a couple of kids went on a ride and got sucked into the world of Dungeons
Look,
and
it's the
Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons ride. Whoa! I'm just gonna do the intro.
Yeah.
I
Uh.
actually have the book box, the DVD box set that's like a book.
Oh God. Um.
Um, I bought it years ago when I think it was Fox Kids published it.
Wow.
Yeah, like we're going back probably 17 or 18 years ago now.
Yeah,
I
I would
think.
say that was early 2000s. Yeah. Uh. They had that. I watched that. Thundercats. I
Oh, Thundercats.
kind of had a wee story in Thundercats.
Do you know what was really good? Thundercats 2011.
2011. That's the one where they actually had like a whole season and they actually had a coherent story and it made lots of sense and it looked like it was going
And
somewhere
it was
and then got cancelled.
like incredibly well written, and the voice cast was fantastic, and the animation style was gorgeous, and like
Yeah.
just everything was fantastic. And then Cartoon Network went, nah.
Yeah. We don't want this. Why do we want this?
Oh my god! I own that on digital actually.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Digital. Digital what?
Oh, on YouTube. I think I got the whole season in HD for I want to say £9.
That's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. That was a good Thundercats, but at this point they only had one season.
Yeah,
It's,
it was super clever and really well written.
and, it,
Just
and it was going somewhere.
brilliant. And it had Will Friedle as Lionel.
Wilfredo?
Terry McGinnis. Ron Stoppable.
Stop.
He was Eric in Boy Meets World, Corey's older brother.
Alright. I thought you were going to say Eric from Banana Man. When this
Apparently, they're making a Banana Man movie.
two is?
Someone is.
Why? Why Banana Man? Oh
It's a
God.
good question.
And is
Anyway,
it an American?
I have. It might be.
Oh God.
It might be.
No.
I have diverted us long enough.
That was
We
your...
said that the title was wrong,
Yes.
and then we didn't go any further.
We didn't go any further. We started talking about our old cartoons.
Yeah. Episode 12.
Yes.
So, obviously, in the last episode, we found out a couple of things. One, Carissa is pretty confident that she can create a way to send compressed memories back into the past, using the same sort of thing, the same sort of method as the D-mails, but with more control over what they can do, because it will be directly delivered to a person's brain rather than allowing it to get out and about potentially from a text message.
Yep.
And it leaves less room for interpretation as well,
Yeah.
because they only get 36 bytes of data. And on top of that, it turns out that CERN have basically been connected to their lab this whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. They were like, "Oh, we're still here," type thing. And Okabe
Whoops.
got sent threatening messages and is freaked out. But
Yep.
it starts with him having his freaky daydream type thing. It seems like a daydream anyway, where he's
Is this is the one with Mayuri in it? Yeah.
yeah. So he's back in so oh we're this the start of the earth, like in some desert place.
Yeah.
And she goes basically to say, "Oh, there's like billions of you, but I know that you're the original, and I'm pretty sure I'm the original. And when we die here, which will well happen, our consciousness will flood back to the other ones in the future somehow."
Yeah. It's like we can't leave here.
Yeah, she says we can't leave here.
Uh,
Um,
it's very weird, and again, like it drew this some parallels to like Serial Experiments Lane for me as well.
yeah,
Just that sort of cerebral visual madness that show brought.
yeah. So it's just a silhouette of Mayuri's in this bit, just kind of sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
and then she just blinks away when she says, "Oh, don't worry, our consciousness will go into our future selves." Uh, and
Yeah,
then roll credits. That's the start of the credits.
it's super weird. Yeah, she turns into dust, right, and just
Yeah,
blows away.
she essentially just flakes apart and blows away. Yeah,
It's super weird.
and then he's on the rooftop, kind of daydream, and Miri
Yep.
comes up to him and goes, I don't remember where she comes up and says, it's like,
Fuck is wrong with you?
pretty much, "You right?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah." And he goes downstairs, because she's just finishing off. Or was it Carissa that came up?
I think it might have been Carissa. Somebody drags him back downstairs, and it's the Muri's finishing up. They're putting the finishing touches on her cosplay costume. The kind of like pink thing with the yellow bows.
Yeah,
And Carissa's like, "Oh, that is really cute." She's like, "Oh, you can have this, and I could just wear, something else. I could probably compete in whatever." Like that's a level of confidence. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Uh, and then she's like, "Well, I've finished. I guess I won."
yeah,
Chris is like, "Were we racing?
yeah,
Okay, well, you did win, but we weren't far behind." And her and Daru have added the finishing touches to the machine that's going to be able to let them send back consciousness.
yeah. Gives the thumbs up. Dara gives the thumbs up and goes, "Oh, well, yeah, we done it. We can do
And
this."
it's up to 2 days into the past, right?
Yeah, it can only go back 40 hours because of the limitation, because your brain doesn't sync up properly or something.
Right.
It's
Oh,
your brain's out of
yes,
sync.
because it can't, because the deviation
Some
in
bullshit.
the images would, like, I get it, because it would be like sort of that. It's not that it couldn't be done. It's that if you did it, the risk would be significantly greater, because of course, like, it's that idea of like flooding your past self with conscious memories of so far in the future. Like, is that even going to be distinguishable as knowledge? Probably not. Like, instead, you're just going to have a mental breakdown because all of a sudden you know a bunch of stuff that makes no sense to you.
You know what? Maybe someone's using that machine on me. I had crazy deja vu things where it's like I would dream like something's happening, and then at some point, like a week or so in the future, like I go, "Wait, this is that thing that I dreamt about." What?
Oh,
Crazy.
oh dear. Yeah,
Crazy.
please seek out a specialist.
Oh no, it does come true, and it's a deja vu type thing. No,
There goes deja vu.
if you
There's deja vu.
you know if if I actually go and seek out a specialist for deja vu, it'll be Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh God. I do need to. I need to add the Matrix Resurrections to my collection.
Yeah, it was all right, man.
Well, I've got the original trilogy. I feel like it makes sense
Keep adding
to
to
add the
it.
last one.
Keep paying the money to them. Keep making this movie for me. Money, money,
Well,
money.
I've got my mission this weekend. I bought. I still haven't watched it. I bought the fifth Scream movie, the steelbook of that.
The fifth Scream movie. I think that made 6.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
So 5.
Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, and Scream again, but not called Scream again.
Yeah, it should have been Scream again. Just
Not five cream, as some people have said.
5. Oh, that sounds wrong.
I know, does indeed. So, yeah, essentially now we have this. Like I say though, like that limitation doesn't feel unfounded. I think the idea that you could only desynchronize so much from your current self without causing your past self serious harm
Yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, it does. It does. And then they go and discuss that they can't actually do any testing with it because it needs an actual human being to do it.
Yes.
And then Okabe basically goes, "All right, well, I think we've done enough. We'll go public."
This is quite surprising.
Yeah.
Like and I think we've kind of spoken a little bit about this in the past, where like when things get like a certain level of real, he has a very different visceral reaction to that. And this to me screamed of that, of like, it's like, no, there's definitely some stuff that's going to happen because of this, and I just nope, we're all good here. Let's just make sure that this is no longer in our lives.
Pretty much, he's like, I want to get rid of this.
Yep.
Because in the last episode, when they mentioned it, he goes and basically shouts out some random name for a thing, and they're like, "What what crackpot scheme we got here, mate?" Or is it? Or did he do it in this episode? Is it this episode he does it when they say, "All right, yeah, 3 years ago," or something? Viscera a goal.
God.
I mean, call it Viscera. Like that big overweight wrestler.
Yep.
Ah,
He's dead.
he is dead. He's another dead wrestler from the 90s.
We had this conversation when I was watching the 1999 Royal Rumble. It's like, oh, there's a high percentage of dead people in this Royal Rumble.
Oof. Immensely high. Some that
Yeah.
people wish to forget about.
Yep. Way too high. But yeah, and I think like everyone is a little bit originally taken aback by the idea that they might this would be the end of it for them. But I think they're all on. But Carissa is like, yep, totally. Like,
I'm down with
this
that.
this is the way to do it. Yep,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I'm here.
And yep,
My ear is there too.
yep. It gets like, I think the initial part is not that people don't want to do it. It's just the shock of it being said by Okabe more than anything else.
Well, Darius straight up goes, "Nope, not want to. Don't want to take that ticket."
Yeah. So they all come to the conclusion and agreement that, yep, they are going to go public with their findings, and it's time to celebrate.
Yeah. It's time to celebrate. So he and Carissa go away to do shopping, and she's making a salad. A grapefruit salad, well.
Yeah, it's like, why is there, like, you know that they have a box that has salad in it. Just buy the box of salad.
Yeah. No.
And she's like,
That's just leaves.
No.
You got to have meat in this
Yeah.
salad.
Oh man.
And they're like,
I
what?
yeah. I worry. I
Yeah.
worry.
And how we flashback where Mayuri go, oh, right. I hope, can we invite these two people? Good, because I've invited them already. It was like it was Suzuha and Ruka.
Yeah. I hope we can invite them because they're already coming.
Pretty much. And
Oh, poor Mayuri.
Darrow's ordering pizza.
Yep. He's gonna order pizza.
Yeah.
No Hawaiian though.
No Hawaiian.
Too much going on.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's fine.
This reminds me of the bit in the movie Inside Out where the emotion anger says it like sees the pizza and it's broccoli pizza, and he's like, "That's it, San Francisco. You've ruined pizza. First the Hawaiians, and now you." That has stuck with me because I agree.
broccoli on a pizza. I'll put broccoli on a pizza over a pineapple.
I do. Oh, so would I. Pineapple is lunacy.
Yeah. Don't like pineapple at all.
Lunacy. I don't want sweet corn on my pizza. I don't want pineapple on my pizza.
No, I've put pretty much anything on the pizza except from pineapple and olives.
Oh, I like olives as long as they're not black olives because they have a bit of a licoricey taste.
Yeah, let's use the black olives that go on pizza though.
Yeah, I would normally put green olives on a pizza if I was making it myself. So
I would not put any olives on. Anyway, so getting back to the anime, Dario orders the pizzas.
Yep.
3 pizzas. Three
he
pizzas.
does.
All the same.
Yes, all the same pizza.
With olives on them.
Can never have too much of a good thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I think there's a bit of a discussion between him and Carissa in the shop when she's buying the salad, apart from the salad, and how she's like amazed that he's actually didn't jump into it because she thought he would be that person.
Yep.
That's about the only thing there. And then you come back, see Dario munching into the pizza, and says, "You pig,
Already.
you can't wait," type thing. So it's getting cold, and then Okabe is like, "Oh, I see your variety is quite stunning. Well, with his 3 pizzas." And not to mention the fact that I hate olives, and he ordered olives on all the goddamn pizzas. And then this is where Carissa comes in, and, well, I'll make you a meal fit for a king. And then Dario pulls him over to the side and is like, I thought you laid down your life for us, for this organization. I know, but I couldn't stop her.
He's like, I tried. I tried all I could, but
Yeah.
that is a genuinely funny moment.
Yeah. And then Mayuri comes in with Suzuha.
Suzuha.
Yeah. And it's all good, Mary. Quick, to the kitchen. Save us.
Please help us.
Yeah.
But of course, Suzuha is not thrilled that Carissa is there
No.
at all.
Oh, they have a proper big spat of like, I thought I told her to ditch her. She's part of CERN.
Yep.
And then they're like, what are you on about, you crazy bitch? Stop it.
Yep.
And then
it certainly goes places.
it's getting heated. It's getting really tense. And so Okabe tries to deflect it by going, assistant, stop being nasty. And she's like, shut up, I'm not your assistant. Okay, you, part-timer. Nope, I'm not going to listen to you. And then
It's so good.
And then Dario's like, yeah, that's... Why did he even try to interrupt this catfight? He should have just let it go.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, you could back me up, man. Help me out here.
and he's like, no.
It's so good.
Then
It's so good.
Miri sets up and goes, I don't like you fighting. Don't fight. Let's be friends. And they're like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't like you fighting either, apparently.
No. And then things calm down, of course. Like, Muri manages to at least make things civil.
Yeah.
And I think this is the part where sort of they're having the conversation about the fact that CERN have still been listening in.
To a degree, there's a bit of it's not quite there yet because they have Okabe's having a playing that game with Suzuha,
Oh, that's right.
and Krista
And of course, he's been a dick about it.
yeah, and Krista's like, well, he's pretty shit at the game, and he always does this, go there, and then he does, and it's like over the piece of cake or something, and there's
Yes, and she was gonna give him the cherry if he was nice about it, but
yeah, he was a complete dick because he was like, oh, you got outside help, it's not fair, I should have that cake. And she's like, well, I ain't giving you the cherry now. And Chris is washing dishes with Marie and they have a wee talk. Uh, and then Okabe storms out up to the roof, unhappy that he lost.
mm-hmm.
And then I think Muri goes up and talks to him about things.
Oh, okay.
And then Daru comes up and goes, hey, some shit's going down. The trains are off.
Oh, this is the they see on the TV, but the bomb
Mm.
threat
Yeah,
at the train station.
yeah. All the trains have been cancelled of the bomb threat by terrorists. And
Yeah,
then Suza was like, "Wait, what? What were celebrating in your time machine? Oh, we're going to go public or something." I was like,
yeah,
and CERN, and we've how deep into CERN did you go? Oh, we hacked into it. And she's like, "Oh
yeah,
shit, I'm out of here. See ya, bye."
yeah. I'm out. Sorry, peace.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I think she looks over. I don't know what she looks at. She looks over to
I
the
think it's
machine.
the computer
The telewave.
at the thing wave. The yeah,
Yeah,
whatever it's called.
phone wave.
I want to get the name. Phone wave. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's like, it's because it's still on or something like that, and she realizes that there's like that active connection. Where
Yeah,
did you get that information?
yeah, but at the same time as it wasn't that machine that they used.
No, but it would still have it still could have some of the information.
Yeah.
So
And then she runs out the door. Then Okabe notices that an hourglass is stopped. Like it's
yes,
not running, so like time is frozen. Hence the name of Dogma
yeah,
Static Time.
or Dogma in Ergosphere.
Yeah. No, that's not the one you have there. Is it Yeah, it is Ergosphere, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the other one. Anyway, yeah, so they do that. And then then a bunch of masked people burst into the room.
yep,
And they're like, what?
yep. Armed
Armed. Yeah, they're armed.
with guns.
Yep. Uh,
Um, and this is the bit. This is what happens. This is the thing.
this is a bit.
All of a sudden, who should walk into the room but Moeka?
Shining Finger.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it turns out that she is an employee of CERN.
Yeah. Agent for CERN. Yeah.
A rounder, I think, is what they're called.
Yes. And their time machine is now the property of CERN.
Yep.
And
And Okabe, Carissa, and Daru, they have to be detained.
yes.
And of course, that there are 4 people in that room.
Yeah.
And like, of course, it is that sort of absolute panic at this point as well. And yeah, Okabe is well, what about Mayuri? And I think I'm trying to remember the exact language here. It's something like I'm afraid the little one is not necessary.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but the little one is not necessary.
It's something. It's so weirdly. It's like this smash together of like really detached language,
Mm-hmm.
but also sort of borderline detached, because it's like to say, like, saying someone is not necessary is such a weirdly detached thing.
Yeah.
But calling her the little one, I don't know why, like that's like it is a bit of a detachment, but there's something sort of maybe more emotionally charged than that. I feel it's such a weird choice of language.
Yeah. Oh, it all makes sense. Uh,
Um, yeah, and of course he's like, no, like that's no, like we can talk about this,
and
and
no, no, you can't.
no, you can't.
You can't.
We should probably have mentioned actually at some point is that Miuri had her is her father's pocket watch or her grandfather's pocket watch.
Grandmother's pocket watch, her pocket watch, and she does claim that her pocket watch has stopped.
Yep, she says she's upset because she's been taking care of it
Yeah,
and it's already stopped working again.
yeah. I just wind that up. It's not
Yep.
working. And
And we we hear the gunshot and we see the broken pocket watch
yeah,
flying through the air. And then there's this really sort of it's really sort of nicely detailed of her falling. Is quite incredible. I liked it.
yeah. It's she's just falling backwards.
Yeah.
So you don't see the face or anything. You just see the back of her head falling towards the ground, and she's just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Got
does it break to like the bright whiteness again of Okabe going, "No, what have you done?"
something like that. Yeah. I'm trying to remember when we talked about something like this before, but like there was a literal gasp when I was watching it.
Yeah,
Like I was genuinely like, fuck,
yeah,
and it is it's terrible because I think for me, like up until now, I've enjoyed this show. It's been really clever and engaging, and the characters are fun. But like, this is a very serious turning point in
yes,
this show where I think it's really about to show the depth. And I like you can tell that from that exact point because you just like it's like that cannot be that character gone. It can't be. It just doesn't. It wouldn't be.
Mhm.
It wouldn't be this show. If that's how this was, but of course that's how the episode ends. Is like, well, that's happened.
yeah. Uh,
Fuck.
and to seal the deal, Okabe screaming
Yep.
about it,
It's amazing.
almost like Charlton Heston at the end of the Planet of the Apes, as he
You blew
finds,
it up, didn't you?
"You fools! You fools! What have
You
you done?"
damn dirty apes.
No, that's wrong. That's the wrong line. That's when he gets captured. It's when he sees the Statue of Liberty.
What's the bit when he asks if he can play the piano anymore?
I can't remember, man. I only know like two
No,
bits.
I am messing with you. That's the Planet of the Apes, the musical from The Simpsons with Troy McClure.
Oh, oh yeah.
Can I play the piano anymore? Of course you can. Well, I couldn't before. Do 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 do.
I was going to say that's like.
He
Uh,
also says, "I hate all these stinking apes, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee."
yeah. That's
It's
Troy
so good.
McClure for you. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from. Is that gonna be?
I do need to find. I need to find a supercut of "You May Remember Me From" and then everything he's ever said. Oh, Phil Hartman, gone too soon.
Was that the voice actor? Was he?
Yeah, he was murdered by his wife.
What? Did it
Yep.
say hi? I'm Troy McClure.
She maybe did not like that character. I think she had some serious mental issues.
Oh yeah, fuck man, Jesus. Uh, that's not cool, man. Never cool.
No, he was also the neighbor and Arnold Schwarzenegger's rival in the movie Jingle All the Way. Phil Hartman.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Wow, wow. Anyway, back to Steins Gate and the end of episode 12, Dogma
Yep.
of
Holy
Static
shit.
Time.
So, what do you rate this one, Colin?
I
Where are
think,
we at?
I think we're going at 9. Got
Yep.
it builds up nicely and
Yep.
ends on a well. What's happening in this anime now? It was all fun,
Mm.
go lucky until like the last 2 episodes. A bit serious coming in.
Yep.
It's kind of like one of those weird animes. Like it kind of has like a feel of a school day type anime where it's like, oh hey, I'm a go lucky creepy guy. It's like going to kill everything, and it's all like kind of happy and go fun, and then right at the end it's like, this is where it is at in this one.
It it's sort of like it reminded me because again, like another anime that we talk about all the time is Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah,
Um, and spoilers for Gurren Lagann if you haven't watched it, but like when Kamina is killed,
oh yes, yeah,
like that's the dude.
yeah. He was like
He's the dude.
he's like the main character for the entire show, or like the first part of it anyway.
Um, yeah, like in that, it's that same sort of thing. Like obviously that was a very permanent thing.
Yeah,
And I
well,
like I say that there's that in a time travel show that's just not going to fly. But I think the thing with it's the same sort of thing though. Is it's a very serious punctuation on. It's like yeah, this story was this up until now,
mhm.
and now it's very different. Now the motivations are completely different for the
Yeah,
characters, and I think that's kind of an awesome thing. It can't be really easy to write. Certainly, can't be easy to make good.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It certainly is. It's switched. It switched the experience of the show halfway through. It's literally like fun, loving, happy exploits of going through time and fucking things up to like, oh shit, um, everything's gone bad. It's really bad,
yep.
and
Yeah,
I just fix it.
because it seems obviously it seems at that point like everything's going to be all right.
Yeah,
Like literally, and I think that's the great part about it is for one not for 1 minute did I was I watching that questioning where that was like thinking it's like something bad's going to happen here. Like I can feel it. I didn't feel it at all.
well, is
I just didn't get the and I think it's because it's really well disguised because like you say it's like this is halfway through the show, of course this isn't going to be how it goes, like this is not going to be how it happens,
mhm.
but for a group of armed people to burst into the lab and murder one of the lab members, it's like nope, didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
Didn't see that coming.
that's when it wasn't there to be seen, but it is heavily hinted through pretty much most of the interactions with Suzuha anyway. Of oh,
Yeah,
the world is going to be shit, and you need to kind of stop that. Well, that was John Tina, really.
even her like fucking running away though in that episode,
Yeah, I
it's
was.
like because we've seen that and like we've seen her freak out about helicopters and things before, it's just like okay.
Yeah, it seems a bit weird. Um, you would have thought she would stay in fight, but no, she herself has to get out of Dodge for
Yeah, I
reasons that's not been brought up really yet.
I agree. I think this is a 9, and it's not even a low 9 where we're like peeking into great territory here. Like,
Mm.
couldn't be more engaged. Really excited to move on with the episodes to find out where we go with this, because it is a show about time travel, so this is where we're going. Like, surely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exciting, because we've been doing it to sort of like varying gain and change, and it's never been super impactful.
Yeah,
But now, of course, the stakes are. It's actually nothing to do. The time travel is not where we want to make the change. It's not the change we're worried about. It's the fact that something has happened that we need to fix.
yeah, and like so, the interactions with John Teeter says, "Oh yeah, you need
Yeah,
to get above like this variation,
the 1%.
the 1% variation, and then we'll be
Yep.
okay." And it was like, all right, but they had no way to measure the variations. They've just done things,
Nope.
and it's just like the only reason we know about variations because whenever he does something major, the number ticks down. I think it's at
Yep.
0.333% at the moment.
Yeah.
So he's like way down the chart. Um. So anyway, yeah, that's where this
That's
ended.
it.
And
Well,
you've watched some. You watched ahead because you got hooked.
yep. I don't want to say any more. We'll talk about that in the next episode. But like, I think, as I was saying to you, like before we started recording,
Mhm.
I've really enjoyed like even the ones I didn't enjoy that much. I've enjoyed. Like I there was a little bit of addictiveness to School Days, because I really wanted to see how it ended.
Yeah,
Um, but the like, and Lane I'd already watched, and I think, like, as we discussed, like, I really enjoyed Haruhi, but it didn't have that addictiveness to me until like we watched the movie, and then like everything just kind of fell into place in an amazing way.
Mhm.
And Ghost Stories was fun, but just a slog. Golden Boy,
Yeah.
fun but a slog.
Cowboy Bebop.
Um, Cowboy Bebop, I think I enjoyed, but I think the thing about Cowboy Bebop was that the overarching story was not big enough.
Yeah,
Like, ultimately, Cowboy Bebop, despite having an overarching story, is more about the individual episodes.
yeah. It's more about their exploits on that
And
day.
I'm okay with that. Like, and it was fun, but it meant that keeping watching it wasn't a necessity. I wasn't like going from one to one waiting to find out what was happening, and it wasn't driving it that way.
Yeah,
Whereas, like, if like, ones I've watched in the past, like Gurren Lagann was a good example. We talked about that. Like, I
Mhm.
just felt compelled to continue watching, and like Full Metal Alchemist, I got just completely hooked on.
Yeah. That
Um,
was a good story in that too. Yeah,
I like that first episode of that. I just is ingrained in my memory, and I love it. And like Gantz as well. Like, after I got over the initial horror of what that show was, um, I loved and got hooked on that completely. Like, just in fact, I think Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood, but the original. Because I haven't watched Brotherhood. I should watch that.
I like
Um,
I like Brotherhood better than the original.
I think most people do, from what I understand.
It's
Um,
I don't know if it's because the original was I think was made maybe during the same period as the manga coming out, whereas the other one was kind
yeah,
of like more true to the manga maybe.
it's very much the same as Hellsing, where like Hellsing was being developed as an anime at the same time as it was being written. So rather than waiting for the manga to finish up, they just
Why? Well,
did their own thing.
yeah.
And I also, to be clear, like, I think both Hellsing and Ultimate Hellsing have their benefits either. Like,
Hmm.
I actually think they did a really good job with what Hellsing was.
Hmm.
Um, but I remember like probably watching the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist, and I think that's like 65 episodes
Yeah, it's a long slog, man.
in just over a week.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's the concept of that of the anime. It's good. I like it. It's like, oh, it's fantasy world alchemy. We can resurrect
Yep.
people. Oh wait, oops, we just kind of like sacrifice our arm and entire body.
That is the bit that I think, because I have a T-shirt that has that has Edward and Alphonse on it,
Yeah.
and my son asks me about it. He's like, "What's that show about?" And I'm like, "Oh man, it's that show is about loss. The show is entirely about loss. It's like that's really what that thing is, and uh, it's why I love it, because I think it's like a really in-depth exploration of like that side of emotion, which I think is amazing. But to to get back to Steins Gate, this is the first time where I think the overarching story has been new enough and compelling enough for me to just go as like I like give me more.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know more about this. And yeah, like after that cliffhanger, it was just like fuck. Okay, let's do this.
Let's go
So
see it.
yeah, like exciting times coming for sure.
Oh yeah.
Really, really interested to talk about the next episodes. So
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Do you know in Film Alchemist they had an OAV from the first show, the first outing of it, where 'cause you know how in that show it ends with Ed being stuck in like the night like I think it's just when First World War breaks out in our world. I think you get stuck in London, and there's an
yes.
OAV because he remembers with his dad because he meets his dad there that that they had alchemy, and he goes around trying to find out how to regain that. And then there's an
Mm-hmm.
OAV where it kind of talks about that side of things. Or
I think I maybe watched that.
it was
I
on
did. I think I did.
Netflix. It was all right. I like the
I got really hung up on that show. Uh, it is one of those. I think like watching it now, you probably don't get the same hit. But
mhm.
say what it is, like I don't know, time of life or just
You've watched it.
your emotional state or whatever. But yeah, like that first experience of watching it. But
Mm-hmm.
like also just full of amazing characters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, just it's good shit.
all of them good and crazy. Maybe we'll cover that. Maybe.
Maybe like I will say we probably should think about covering the Shenmue anime.
Oh yeah, Shenmue. Fuck. All right, we can do that. Anyway, maybe
Should we end this? Should I end
we
this?
should
We
probably
should end
end
this.
this. Yeah, it's been
Okay.
an hour and
Well,
40.
it has. You've been listening to Who's That Anime, which is an anime podcast. We can be found where all good podcasts can be found. At Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Overcast, Pocket Cast. Our home is at www.anchor.fm/ Who's That Anime. If you'd like to leave us a review, 5 stars is always welcome. Anything less with with constructive criticism is always accepted too. We don't make any money from this show. There's no advertising or anything like that. But if you enjoy what we do, like if you want to get someone else to listen to this show and tell them about what we do, that would be really cool. We have a Facebook page that is facebook.com/who's that anime. We post about when the new episodes go live and occasional anime meme. You can join us there for like updates. We have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com, and if you search for the channel Who's That Anime, Colin has been meticulously putting up new videos every 2 weeks on Sunday, same time as we launch our podcasts, to get us up to date with where we are eventually, because we haven't put up any videos yet, and we've been recording these as videos since the beginning.
Yeah,
You just recently put up the words bubble up like soda pop.
yeah, that was a couple of weeks back now. So
It's our palate cleanser. Very enjoyable movie.
yeah, I think we're going to put up Cowboy Bebop next. The first part, I'm going to split that in two because that was quite
Yeah,
long.
it's big.
Because I split Hurricane two, but that's because that would be the bit same
There's 2
length.
seasons.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's about the same length as
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop. Didn't split
Yeah.
Lane up though, but then Lane's actually only 12 episodes. 13.
Lane is 13 episodes, and we did it in 6.
Yeah, so that's about right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can follow us there to get the video versions of these podcasts as well, if you'd like to look at our lovely faces.
Yeah.
Colin also likes to play video games sometimes at twitch.tv/couchfuel. Not so much recently.
No,
but
not very recent.
But that being said, there is an archive of hundreds of hours of video games and good laughs at youtube.com. If you look for the channel Couch Fuel, there is an archive there. I also like to play video games sometimes at twitch.tv/HalePayman.
Yep.
There's also an archive of my stuff on YouTube. You can find all these links in the show notes as well, just in case you want to click through them. And that is us.
Yeah, that's it. It's been Who's That Anime? It's been an extra long one because we deviated about talking about old school shit.
Oh, we talked about so much stuff.
We did. There's a lot of stuff to go through this one. Anyway, this has been Who's That Anime with your hosts Steve and Colin. We'll see you same place, same anime time, same anime place.
Same anime place. Oh god, that's our catchphrase now.
And yeah, same time, same anime time, same anime place. See you later, guys.
Bye, folks.
Bye.